Welcome to AutoSens, the world's leading community for ADAS and autonomous vehicle technology development. We create best-in-class events, training, and information for the purpose of connecting the global community of engineers, scientists, and automotive industry experts. One of those experts joining us here today at AutoSens is Gualtiero Bagnuoli. He is the marketing manager for the optical sensor product line at Melexis. And Gualtiero, welcome back to AutoSens. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Carl.
So, Gualtiero, tell us what is new at Melexis since the last time we talked. Get us up to speed on all the latest developments.
Well, on a company level, I think it was a nice time because all the challenges in automotive with growing demand for any type of IC and so on. And this allows us to achieve a quite interesting improvement. Today, in average, there are 18 chip in average in any car, which is a big improvement because a few years ago, there were 10 chips. So we are almost doubling our presence, let's say, in your car, everyday car. And for what concern time of flight specifically, I mean, we kept working and trying to offer new solution to our customer because we see that the market is somehow evolving from pure user experience into more safety application.
Right. So you said you had been working continuously on the time of flight technology. Gualtiero, tell us about some of the key features of time of flight technology and innovations from Melexis. What are some of the key features there?
Well, we focus, we released already a couple of years ago the high resolution time of flight sensor, which was the first one available in automotive. But then over the time, we really work hard to make this sensor smaller and smaller because we see that our customer has challenges to find a place where to place this kind of camera and to make it almost invisible and so on. So the focus was more on making the packaging and the overall solution more compact. That was really the focus.
Yeah. And so when you're focusing on these more compact solutions, Gualtiero, what are some of the use cases then for time of flight technology as it relates to the exterior of the vehicle?
Yeah, you're right. Good point. Because last year at AutoSens, we had a speech about face identification, which is typically an in-cabin application. And we had a demo about the driver monitor system and so on. This year, we will be there with even with the partner Chronoptics, with a focus on exterior, because we see a growing demand for what we call close-range high-resolution LiDAR, so up to 10 meters around the vehicle, where the vehicle need to know what's going on with the high enough resolution for path planning, for kind of autonomous parking, and so on. And all these kinds of applications are somehow safety relevant because the vehicle is supposed to move almost autonomously.
Right. And so we had mentioned some of the challenges around size and form factor, and then you mentioned challenges around the safety relevance. So Gualtiero, let's talk about that a little bit more. What are some of the challenges when it comes to safety here?
Safety, and especially safety for exterior, we have, let's say, it's a twofold challenge. On one end, the sensor must be able to support a certain, let's say, coverage in terms of diagnostics and ability to detect failure in order to allow the system to detect that something is going wrong and take the countermeasure to avoid fatalities or misbehavior. On the other hand, exterior is a little bit more challenging environment because, inside the car, more or less what can happen, more or less. Outside, there are very, let's say, dark object or very bright object like license plate, traffic sign, and so on. And this kind of situation can lead to artifacts. So the sensor, the system might be not able to properly map the object around. And that's where the mixed pixel IP, which is from a partner company, Chronoptics, comes into place because thanks to this IP, it's possible to in most of the case, resolve this kind of artifact or at least mitigate in order to ensure that the system can still operate. It's more about making sure that the system can have a reliable operation.
And Gualtiero, just to expand on that, why is it significant and why is it important that there is a reliable operation to these systems? What is the benefit when they operate reliably?
Well, a clear example, today, the deployment of autonomous vehicle is limited to area where the weather situation is quite comfortable, okay? And these challenges will stay. I mean, it's obvious that there's plenty of snow around. It's very difficult even for us to figure out where to go. But even in normal condition, there might be situation where you have a strong sunlight shining into the sensor, or as I said, there might be something highly reflected, or even people with very dark clothes and so on. So in all these corner cases, it's not about having the best possible information, but being able to get good enough information that you can rely on. Because perfect sensor is not available. It will be always a fusion of different sensor, and here time of flight can play a role when we talk about close range, because of high resolution, no moving part, and pretty simple technology in comparison to very expensive LiDAR systems that are meant to look forward to 100, 200 meters.
Your team has a speech and a presentation planned at AutoSens Detroit 2023. Tell us a little bit more about what they'll be covering and what they'll be talking about.
Well, there will be one of our application engineer, because it's pretty technical. It's not going to be a marketing speech, let's say, to unveil the new ASIL-capable sensor that we are going to release in the coming months. And so explain how we get there and how we can support our customer, because it's not only the sensor, you need to provide a set of documentation. And then there will be Mr. Conroy from Chronoptics that will explain how this mixed pixel multipath IP can help to resolve this kind of challenging situation. And at our booth, people will be able to see this camera with this technology and experience live how this technology can really help to resolve some very challenging situation.
Gualtiero, it's always a pleasure to speak with you. It feels like every time we do this, there's always a new innovation or a new benchmark that you've broken through, or a new internal sales record that you've broken through. So always a pleasure to get caught up with you. From all of us here at AutoSens, we want to wish you the best of luck going forward. And thank you for sharing your thought leadership and your expertise. We'll look forward to seeing you here in Detroit in May.
Yeah. Well, I will be not in Detroit, as I said, but our technical expert will be there, because we really want to have a deep technical dive this time.
And I will make sure to be front and center for that presentation. Gualtiero, thank you again for your time.
Thank you, Carl. Have a good day.
For more in-depth interviews like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow AutoSens on LinkedIn. For more information on our world-class events, visit auto-sense.com. That's auto-sense.com. In Detroit, on behalf of AutoSens, I'm Carl Anthony.